Hey, how are you? I hope you're having a good lunch. What are you eating today? Tuna sandwich with some Cheetos. Wow. What a good combo. I am eating, thanks for asking, some chips. I got from Trader Joe's. I have a water. My friend actually brought me a coffee. And, oh, let me turn the light. Sorry, I always forget to do this because my computer is so janky. I don't know how to, oh, is that better? Okay. Hi. You can see me now? Okay, great. So, anyways, so yeah, I got this coffee from Coffee Commissary, and you're never gonna believe, like, who gave it to me. Yeah, so you know how we just had that meeting? Like the board meeting. Not the meeting we just had, the meeting that we had at 10:30 a.m. Yeah, with the boss and the VP. And you know how there was that other person that was there? Yeah, the head of marketing. Yeah. Joshua. Yeah. Well, funny, I don't know if you were noticing, like, how I was looking during that. Well, we were, like, sitting at opposite sides of the room, right? Right, I'd run home, and you know how, like, no one really knows that we're friends, right? Like, you and I, we have a special relationship. Like everyone in our office, like, thinks that we're, like, enemies, right? Yeah, like Trisha and Jack, Brad, like, all these people. Yeah. And you know how whenever you feel ready to invite me into that group, but that's on the deal, right? Like, Trisha on the other day, like, hit me out, by the way, but it's a whole other thing. I think Trisha might be into me, I'm just saying. But this coffee is the best coffee I've ever had. And I don't know. Have you ever had, like, really good coffee? You don't really like coffee? Okay. That's weird. How do you not like coffee? You're more of a tea person. That's interesting. Don't know if I really agree with you there. Have you just never had coffee, or what's your vibe? Why are you just a tea? Are you really bad anxiety when you drink coffee? I guess that's fair. I mean, I drink like 5 of these, so I'm totally normal. So, hence my water too. But anyways, this guy named Joshua, right? So I don't know if you know who he's related to. You don't know who he's related to? He's related to, get this, Jimmy Buffett. You know, the singer-songwriter guy that has, like, all the restaurants for Margaritaville. Well, it's his nephew, Joshua Buffet. Yeah, it's not Buffett, it's Buffet. And he got me this coffee. Now, did he mean to get it for me? Maybe not. So, side note, I was in the office, like, earlier today, like, at 8 a.m., right? So, eat your tuna sandwich. I got a little bit of a story for you. Yeah, I just had to share it for you. I was, like, literally wanting to text you on Slack or Slack it to you, but the thing is, like, you never know who's watching your Slacks, and honestly, like, this has to be really between you and I, right? So, I came in at 8 a.m., with my briefcase, with my computer. I'm kind of, like, on, I don't know, like, detention or whatever, but you know how, like, I kind of missed a few meetings because, meetings are boring, and I even hate emailing. Working is so overrated, but I'm kind of on my, like, last warning, so I had to come in early. So I came in early to really make sure I hit this meeting because although I wasn't presenting, like, they could have asked me to present anything and I was supposed to just know it, right? So, like, everything that we were talking about for, accounting to, about stapling, and anything about, like, as you like it, like, all these things that for, like, the entertainment for every single show, and who's who, and see, I already forget, like, what the whole meeting was about, but whatever. So anyway, came at 8. No one was there, of course, and I was looking sweat and hot and bothered because, I just ran through the subway, and it was raining today, as you know, this morning, and we get up inside, and I go to the bathroom, right? But I don't go to the one that's like right near the elevator, because you know how they just like leave a lot of big poops there and it just smells really bad unless you get there at like 7:30 or 8. I mean, I could have left one, but you just never know if it's fully clean. So I walk, so I go out of the elevator. Instead of turning right, I take a left. Yeah, I take a left. Yeah, we never go there. I take a left down that hallway, and I take another left. Never been down there? Well, it's like this really long hallway. Like, do you remember The Shining? You know how it like kind of looks like that with the two little girls? It kind of felt like that, but you just kind of gotta like walk through it, like push yourself through it. Think about happy thoughts, listen to music, jog if you need to. I sometimes sprint down the hallway. So I was sprinting, and I sprint down the hallway, and you kind of go around the other side, and you get to this photo of a Margaritaville, which I was like, I didn't really realize that, but whatever. So I get there, and then I go into the bathroom. And yeah, so I'm in the bathroom, and at that point, they're not no gendered bathrooms. They're still male or female. So I go in the male, because I'm a man, and I go in there, and I go to the urinal. I take out. Okay. Well, I basically pee. I'm there, I'm humming to myself, that Beyonce song, like, moving box to the left, everything on the left, in the closet, that's my stuff, right? Like, that song, right? Because I'm going through that whole breakup, 6 years of marriage, and I'm just breaking up with Teresa, me and Teresa are breaking up. So, yeah, because, I told you this last time, how I'm like kind of taking a second off, because I like guys now, so whatever. So I'm in the bathroom, my what is out, and then someone comes through the door, and it's a bathroom. Of course people come through the door. It was early though, and I was like a little nervous because I'm not supposed to be there, right? So this person goes around the corner. I'm hidden in the urinal. I kind of like look around, and all I see is this really nice white shirt with this button pants down, brown pants, and they go into the stall. I don't think anything of it. I'm like, okay, this person's taking a massive dump, right? So I continue, because I don't know about you, but like, how sometimes you go to the bathroom and like you can't like relieve yourself. So I got nervous. So what did I do? I started singing another Beyonce song, by Lady Gaga, like "Dun on the telephone, dun on the telephone," and you will not guess what happened. So I started peeing, obviously, because who doesn't pee to Beyonce? But then the stall, I hear another voice going, "What's on the telephone? What's on the telephone?" I was like, wait a minute, are we like similar? So, anyways, I strike up this conversation. I go, "Hey, are you singing the same song that I'm singing?" Oh, good pound. And no response. It's almost like you don't want to chat while you're singing in the toilet. So I was like, well, I love that song, and Beyonce still hasn't released a new album. And that person goes, yeah. They go, yeah, I heard that she's like on hiatus because she can't fly, she can't run, she can't move because she's, has that thing that's going on with her. And I was like, oh, interesting. And then basically he asked me what my name was, and I go, I told him my name. And then what was crazy was he started just basically saying how he knew Beyonce and how they were actually really close friends. And I was like, wow, this is a really good conversation. But then he just let out a huge fart, and it was clearly a shart, which was just clearly uncomfortable. But me, you know how we are. Like, I don't care about body fluids, so I was just kind of like still going through the motions of it. And I was, I didn't think about it, but he basically comes out of the stall, and like I have this weird awkward moment because I'm at the urinal, right? So I'm literally standing at the urinal, and then I turn around, but I still have my thing, I didn't zip. I didn't like zip up. So I'm just like there with my thing hanging out, and he's there in front of me, and he stops, looks at me, looks down, looks at me, looks down, looks at me, looks down, and then he says, "Do you want a coffee?" And I go, yeah. And then he, from behind him, in the stall, he takes out a tray of coffee and he hands it to me. And I'm frozen because I'm like, is he checking me out? Is he not? And as, you know me, I get nervous. So because I was nervous, like, I didn't do anything to my pants. Like, I didn't do it until he hands me the coffee. So he hands me the coffee, and then he literally, this is what's crazy. We didn't know each other, but he dropped Beyonce. I was like, okay, he seems cool. And he was like, you know how he is. He's like attractive and blah, blah, blah. He comes up to me and so he hands me the coffee. I'm holding it. He literally comes up to me. He takes my pants and he literally zips up my pants for me. He zips up my pants. And I go, oh, thank you. And he goes, no problem. It happens to the best of us. And then he turns away and walks away. And I'm just holding this coffee and I'm like, that's crazy. And then, you know how I have my opinions about coffee, right? Like, I don't like oat or almond milk because, it makes me really bloated, right? It makes you bloated too. You were saying, well, you like tea, but you were saying like with almond, well, I gave it a try because you told me to give it a try. And it's your fault because it made me bloated. So I only like non-fat milks. And I only like espresso that's half shot, half decaf. And yes, I can taste that on my palate. So I had this in hand and I was thirsty, so I took a sip. And you know what's crazy is that it was the drink I exactly wanted. It was a non-fat, half dirty chai, half iced Cubano, half decaf espresso shot with a bit of mocha. And it was amazing. And I'm still drinking it now. And what's wild is like he left and I took a sip and I go, what just happened? And then that's when you called me. You know how you called me this morning because you were trying to make sure that I was at work so I didn't get fired? Well, that's where I was. I was in the bathroom, and then I went to the meeting. Yeah, and we were sitting across, and that's why I kept looking at you. I kept being like, I kept literally pointing at you, and then I pointed at him, and I pointed at my crotch because I wanted to explain to you and the coffee that something happened. He looked at me weird, and so did everyone else, but I don't care. And yeah, he gave the presentation. And then he kept looking at me. I swear to God, he kept looking at me. I was drinking coffee and he kept smiling. And so I think there's something there. Isn't that crazy? Now, I know we only have like 3 minutes left on our 15-minute lunch break, but how are you doing? Your love life's fine? Okay, whatever. But anyways, like, isn't that wild? I mean, the coffee's really good. I'm trying to think about what I should do next because the thing is, I think we have another conference in like a week or so, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be there. But the thing is, what I'm curious about is if he works in the building, right? Then maybe if I just take a left next time and just go to Margaritaville photo, I don't know if I want anything from him, right? But like that, what I really want is like another coffee because like this has gotten me through a lot of shit today, and I really feel like I'm my best self. I'm being pretty proactive, and like, I'm showing up at meetings. I'm submitting the emails I need to submit. I'm going below and beyond. I'm going below and beyond, like not above because I'm not like I'm not a far-fetcher. I'm just trying to like do the bare minimum, but I'm actually meeting the bare minimum today, and I think it's because of him. So, I need your help. I think we should track him on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, we can track him. I mean, he has to have an Instagram or something, right? Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we'll run into him again, but isn't that a crazy story? Like, I really just, like, felt very vulnerable. I haven't felt vulnerable around a guy for a really long time. It felt really nice. It felt really, really nice. And, I highly recommend Yeah, use that restroom. You might find the love of your life too. So you're going to go left, and then you're going to go left again down that really weird, sketchy, shining hallway. You're going to sprint or jog or whatever you want to get you through that, because I know you're as traumatized by me about that movie, right? But it's really weird. And then you go right, and then you go left into that bathroom, and you're, yeah. And, yeah, I just thought it was so weird, but, yeah. I think if I see him again, I'll probably, like, ask him out. Or I might, like, offer him a coffee. Maybe I should offer him a coffee, right? Because then, you know, it'll be happen again. But okay, oh, sorry, we gotta go. I'm gonna go to the meeting. I'll see you. We'll talk tomorrow. Like, sure, okay. Remember, pretending like we don't know each other, but like on the DL, we have some stuff we gotta do. Okay, okay, bye. Yeah, enjoy your lunch. I'll see you later. Okay, bye.